Level Release Radar, where we recap all of the latest releases from the week. Happy Friday, Ryan.
Happy Friday. It's been an awesome week, full of lows and highs. Started off the week sick, and we're on the upturn here.
I feel like many did. The old holiday sniffles going around, very
Yeah.
common this time of year. I feel like I'm just fighting off a little sniffle myself.
Well, I hope it's quick.
Yeah, it's nothing. I'm going to load up on my vitamins and we're going to be A-okay. I am just sharing us into the community real quick. So we should be streaming in all of the places. But as always, if you can see us and you can hear us, please say hello in the comments. We love to see the check-ins coming in. And all is well in the world when you see Dave checking in before we even get to the first update of the week.
It warms my heart. It really
Some
does.
people are just on it, Ryan. The winners are here, including Heidi, another one. Kia Ora, happy Saturday. Hope the future is nice, Heidi. Let's dive into the deck, Ryan. Before we hop into releases, we have a couple of, let's call it housekeeping items to talk about. The first of which is we are going to India next month. We are having
amazing
the first HighLevel live event of 2026. It's 2026, right? That sounds so strange.
Yeah.
And it is going to be in India. The site is up, as you can see. So you could hit this QR code, or you could go highlevel.com. You could go to gohighlevel.com/live-India for the details. We haven't announced the speakers yet, but I was just on a call about that, Ryan. And I will tell you, what I can say is we've got some heavy hitters. We're going to, several of them, I'll say, spoke at Level Up. So that's the caliber that we're bringing overseas starting next month. And so if you can make it, we would love to see you there. It is definitely not as quite as large of an experience as our flagship Level Up event in Dallas. So it'll probably be about half the size as far as the overall amount of attendees. So a little bit more intimate, but still a lot of people. That's right. It's going to be a legit event for sure. And we're super pumped. So we hope that you can join us. If you can, head over, hit that QR code or hit that URL and snag your ticket before they are gone. And expect a speaker reveal webinar in the very near future.
Amazing.
We've got some more check-ins coming in already, right? We've got Carolina saying, hey to you. And we've got Mr. M. Dongo. Hey, Ryan and Chase, so glad joined live from sunny Los Angeles, California. Not too far
Wave
from
to you to the north there.
There we go. Our second piece of housekeeping from the week is in regard to A2P. So it feels like the powers that be are sort of clamping down one more notch. And the team hopped on with Twilio. We had a lot of conversations, got a lot of clarity around sort of the tighter restrictions. And Ryan and the team did a great job getting those details into the help doc. So if you haven't reviewed that update yet, you should go check it out. There's some really specific pieces of information in there that you want to make sure you understand to help your clients get approved. Anything you want to add to that, Ryan, while we're chatting A2P?
Yeah. So I threw this video together in a pretty short time span. We're going to create some more more in-depth ones as well, but this will give you a really good overview of the things that are required. And like Chase said, this wasn't really a change. I think it was more stricter enforcement. So we wanted to highlight specific things, both for when you set up your forms in any kind of iteration that those are going to be in, whether it's a quiz, a survey, or whatever, wherever you're collecting phone number information. And then the two other parts to this are what we kind of call like redlining, where we give you suggested clauses that should go into your privacy policy and your terms and conditions. Want to reiterate from our legal team that we are not a law firm. We are not providing legal advice, but these are clauses that are very, very important. So it's up to you to consult your own counsel for those things, but these are things that are important for A2P registration. So make sure you get that looked at. And then this help doc is kind of more of a standalone. We wanted to address like the specific things that where there are a lot of problems, but the other A2P help documentation is all updated as well. But these are kind of the main problem points that I think a lot of folks are running into at the beginning of this year. So that's why it's labeled 2026.
Cool. So we've got a handy redirect for you. Go HighLevel.com/A2P. We'll take you to the doc. Give it a review if you haven't checked it out in a while. And we hope that that helps get all of your phone numbers approved in a timely manner once again. All right, enough of that boring stuff, Ryan. Let's hop into the first release of the week. The media library got an update. We now have format and browser support additions.
Yes, so we've got, wow. Yeah, so you can now put JSON, CSS files, the Apple Hayek format. If you don't know what that is, that's when your iPhone takes a picture on the standard settings, it uses this Hayek format.
I hate that, by the way.
I like it. It's high efficiency. You know, it's smaller image. So
every time I import it into like Descript, the colors go crazy, and it's like, what? How are we not aligned here?
Raise the ticket with Descript. It's not Apple's fault. I've been an Apple fanboy for about 35 years, so it's going to be hard to sway me here.
Nice. Well, point being, the media library now accepts a bunch of new formats, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of a bunch, we've got a bunch of check-ins coming in, Ryan. We've got JLM Press. Happy Friday to you as well. We've got a very familiar face, Mr. Charles Higgins himself this week. I feel like normally it's his brand that we see pop up. Happy Friday to you, Charles.
Happy Friday, Charles. Nice to see you yet again this morning.
And we've got Ball Guy Marketing checking in. Great email services town hall this morning, Ryan. Oh, nice job, Ryan. Thanks for the shout out. Keith.
Shooting from the hip here, guys.
Let's check out our next update from the week. We now have enhanced funnel AI page creation. This is another one of the AI tools that continues to improve week over week. I saw a bunch of details on this that look pretty fantastic.
Yeah, so I'll just rattle off a few of them right now. Smarter page creation from any input. So whether it's a blank page, you're copying something, or you're editing an existing page, which we'll get to in the next slide. That's all been vastly improved, faster results. So it's going to handle all of your SEO optimization, your layout planning, all that kind of stuff, and more professional premium design. So initially, I think it was a little basic, and we're getting, as you can see, just a little bit more advanced in the colors and gradients that are being used and stuff like that. So bottom line, you should be able to get a really decent looking page right off the bat, much more quickly and much more reliably. The team is not stopping work there, so keep checking it out. A lot of great improvements there.
Absolutely. If you haven't given funnel and or website AI a whirl yet, you should definitely do it. Every time I do, I'm impressed. Again, the layouts are getting better and better, and then the nuances of it are really cool. Once you start, for me specifically around images, it's super handy to not have to go find images and do editing and just be able to tell it, hey, you know, that image is close, but I really want this. And actually, I don't want it horizontal. I want it vertical. And then boom, AI will just spit out what you need. So you can save yourself a lot of time. If you haven't checked it out, please do, and let us know what you think. We've got Hector Reyes checking in from El Paso. How you doing, Hector?
What's up, El Paso?
What's up, El Paso?
Over you on Sunday.
Oh, I hope you waved, Ryan. We've got Jonas Karlstrom. It is Friday already. I know. We're out of the holidays. We're heading into real life next week, everybody. So here we go. Mm-hmm. And we've got Muhammad checking in. Let's go here for some freshly baked ideas and new releases. Well, you are in the right place, sir. Let's check out our next release of the week. Online courses got an update. You can now clone content within a course, which is actually pretty handy when you think about it. At first, I was like,
this was like a big ask. A lot of people have been like, I wouldn't say complaining, but they're like, hey, this would be really great, because the only other option on the other end was like to duplicate the whole course and then like strip out things you don't want. And so at any rate, now right within the course, you can duplicate specific content. And I think that's going to be a huge win for the course creators. If you guys didn't see that on the changelog, make sure you go check that one out.
Yes, I love it. Courses, communities, basically the client portal world has really been ramping it up. I've seen a lot of praise going on lately. We've been loving it ourselves. So if you haven't checked it out lately, you might want to hop in there, and I think you'll be very impressed. Next up from this week, SaaS product label tags got added in the system, which I don't love, Ryan. You know that I had some complaints about this, but I do agree it's a step up. It is increased clarity, which is always a good thing.
Chase is never shy on his comments, which is a good thing. But at any rate, this, to be very clear, does not impact pricing, anything else. This is strictly a label to kind of identify SaaS V1 versus SaaS V2 products in your product list. I call them tags. I'm not sure what you want to call them, labels, but it's just a text field to kind of show you what they are.
Yep. And what, just to be clear, what I'm pushing for is instead of V1, V2 and confusing new people, let's just put like legacy for the old ones, and then new accounts don't even need to see anything. The norm is the norm. So we'll probably do a little cleanup along those lines. But now you have clarity, which is important. If you're an OG and you've been building since the days of V1, now you'll be able to very easily tell which is which. Fair enough, Ryan?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Next up, reputation management got an update for drip mode in reviews AI. So now the drip mode is very robust. You got a lot of options here when you go and activate this.
Yeah, so the behind screen that you're seeing here is sort of if you don't have drip mode set up, you'd say, I want to create that. And now you've got all kinds of really cool settings here so that it goes out in a much more natural way. So that it's not like when you turn it on, reviews AI is just spamming all the comments or all the reviews with replies. You can kind of do it gradually, which, is kind of how a human would do it. So
Yeah,
love to see that all that control there.
absolutely. If you haven't heard us talk about reviews AI before, it's fantastic. AI does a great job of replying to reviews, but now it can go back in time. So I think it's just an awesome little service to be able to provide and say, hey, not only will we take care of your new reviews, but we'll actually go back in time in a natural way with this drip sequence here to ensure that all of your reviews are replied to. And I just saw a really cool internal report, Ryan. I don't know if you saw that, but basically it shows that there was like, I can't remember how many hundreds of thousands of reviews across the platform in December. But essentially, only half of them got a reply. And of that half, 90% of those were AI, our AI review replier, which just illustrates how bad humans are at replying, right? So only 5% of all the reviews that came in actually
it's a great report highlighting how awful we are at replying to things.
Exactly. Or showcasing the opportunity to go sell review AI to businesses. There's all sorts of research done. If you just go into ChatGPT and say, is it important to reply to my reviews? You'll see it has all sorts of positive implications when it comes to search results and AI recommendations and whatnot. So definitely check it out. Very cool opportunity service to go provide to your clients, or if you're a business owner yourself, just make sure that all of your reviews are getting replied. And it's quick and easy to turn it on. All right, we've got the home inspectors checking in. Missed you guys last week. I was in Cancun. Oh, that just sounds awful. Yes.
I was technically very close in Cozumel, so.
That's right. Ryan waved to you as well when he cruised by. I see some questions that got answered between our users, which is awesome. We've got Mr. Khan checking in from India. Yes, we're coming to India. We just talked about it a couple of minutes ago. So rewind if you're tuning in late. Tickets are for sale. So we hope to see you there. And why don't we check out our next release from the week, which comes from calendars. You can now add multiple date-specific hours for V2 services. This is super handy. I saw this one and I thought to myself, that makes a lot of sense. That's a nice quality of life update there.
Yeah, just being able to select multiple dates from the date picker and choose the times that you want for those makes it a lot easier to configure services V2, which is a calendar type, in case you're wondering what that is.
Yeah. So instead of having to go day by day, you can select multiple days and just set it once and be done.
Yep.
I'm sure that made a lot of folks happy this week. We had another update to calendars this week. Phone number sync for Calendly appointments. I briefly saw this one, Ryan. What's going on here?
Yeah, so if you've got the Calendly sync set up within the calendar's connections modal there, it's not going to pull in phone numbers if they exist in the Calendly part. So for the folks that are just hooked on Calendly, they can't get away from it, but they want it to sync with HighLevel, you can do that. And now it's going to pull in more details like the phone number.
Love it. We've got another check-in coming in from Javier Ranzo. Hola, amigos. Saludos desde Argentina. Nice to see you. Thanks for checking in. Argentina sounds lovely, Ryan. Place I'd love to visit.
As well.
Next up was another update from calendars. We now have custom values support. Didn't we always, Ryan? What's new here?
Yeah, so previously when you were configuring text-based settings like email and SMS templates, the selector only showed predefined system. So now it's going to show the actual custom values, custom values.
Custom values. I love going down this syntax rabbit hole here of like, what should we call these things? Are they merge tags? They're not, I think we call custom values, custom fields. It's all very confusing. But now the ones that you created, not just the system defaults, can be selected.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's the main headline here.
Cool. Very handy. That'll make a lot of people happy as well.
Yeah.
Our next update comes from the prospecting tool. We now have analytics dashboard in sub accounts. So it wasn't too long ago when you could only prospect at the agency level. We moved that ability to the sub account level, and now we brought analytics with it.
Yeah, so you're going to see total number of reports that are generated. You're going to see the contacts that were automatically created as a result, lead generation frequency, all those, the report views. So all kind of a big overview of like how everything's working within the prospecting tool, which is really just a tool for creating marketing audit reports that you can then use to highlight the things that potential customers might need your services for.
Sweet. Love it. I'm just reading some more of our check-ins here. Home inspectors wave back, Ryan, just in case you were wondering. Charles. So good question. When are we going to announce SaaSpreneur events? So this year we did a little bit of a rebranding. It's the same. So we're now calling them HighLevel Lives. So, we'll be talking about SaaSpreneurship there as well, but the series this year are going to be called HighLevel Lives, and the first one is in India. So that's the one that's for sale right now. We'd love to see you there if you can make it.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump, Charles.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yep.
Muhammad is asking, what's the limit on how far back we can go with those drip reviews? I don't know. Do you know, Ryan, off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head. I'll quickly read through this release note and see if I can figure it out.
Pop in and check it out. Here's a new update from this week that I thought was awesome. Site analytics now has average time on page, which is always nice to know.
Yeah, pretty important metric that was missing and is no longer. So if you're using the site analytics within HighLevel, you'll now see a lot more detail and some very useful metrics to understand how users are landing and indeed staying on your page, how long that is.
Yes, love it. Chart looks great, except for that bottom left-hand corner. There's a little overlap action going on over there. But other than that, I love it. We'll send that over to the team. Let's talk about something that hit. Did this hit labs or this is an update to labs?
It's an update to labs.
Okay.
Yeah. Labs, as you know, especially at the agency level, that's where all of the sort of larger releases are going out first. And we want to give, especially agency owners, control over what sub accounts that's going to go to. Because maybe if you got a sub account, you don't want them trying out new features. And you get other ones that are more experimental, or you just want to try them out yourself. So you've got a lot more control over that. One is going to be, so there are two columns when you go into that. It's agency. At the agency view, you go to settings and then labs. you're going to see both visibility, so whether or not the sub account itself can enable it, or you can enable it for them in the second column. So love seeing this. There's also some bulk actions there too, and a lot of little guardrails to make sure that you enable the visibility before you enable it as a feature itself, which is called access. We might be changing that label, but at the end of the day, it provides that functionality to a specific sub account.
That's awesome. I love to see this because I think the labs is something pretty unique to HighLevel as far as the way that it works and what we could potentially do with it. So I think we have very big plans to bolster and enhance the labs experience, and so this is really cool to see this update roll out where you now have control over the visibility and the access as two separate things. So yes. Very cool. Love it. Looking at some comments here, I see Heidi posted something for Charles, but she posted it as a YouTube comment, and I see Charles commenting in Facebook. So Charles, hop over to YouTube. Somebody has got something for you over there. Next up from this week, we had an SEO update. We have premium AI quota display update. Wow, what's going on here, Ryan?
So this is more for the SEO product. So if you're using SEO or search atlas integration, there are certain AI quotas and stuff. And so now we're displaying a lot more information around that so that you understand if you're kind of coming up against a limit. This kind of gets into more visibility into what's happening, why things might not be working, et cetera, et cetera.
Sweet. Love it. Yep. Next up was an update to the chat widget. We now have customizable contact forms, which is really the message that goes before the form, right?
Yeah, exactly. So as you can see kind of on the left-hand side of the screen, when you're configuring your chat widget, you now have a text box that you can put in what you want it to say. So instead of just, hey, we're going to find somebody for you, you can kind of preempt the form and just be like, hey, we just need a few details here. And you can have it say whatever you want. So if you're polite, make it say something polite. If you're rude, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
It makes a lot of sense because, we all want to sort of introduce our contact collection fields in a different way. And now you can have it say whatever you want. So exactly. Love it. Sweet. And next update was from documents and contracts. You can now assign fillable fields in a workflow. This one was a little took me a couple of minutes to wrap my head around here, but I totally get it. We had a lot of people basically saying, hey, when the contract goes out, I need it to be from the person assigned in the workflow, not the person that set up the contract, right?
Yeah. So essentially there's this new, you'll see right here, it says from user. And that way, when it's going through the workflow, it's going to fill in specific fields that are relevant to that user. So if you get a specific salesperson that's sending it out, it's all going to be aligned with them instead of whatever the default was, or if it wasn't set up properly. So this should help a lot, especially with folks that are working in sales, sending out contracts for review. The fillable fields that will kind of have that salesperson's name attached to it, that kind of a thing. Those are the fields that will be sort of filled out there.
Sweet. And again, this is something that I think a lot of people were asking for. So if you are one of those folks, you're going to want to go check this out, and you should be pretty pumped up. So yeah, love it. If you haven't been, using documents and contracts, what are you doing? Such a great service that you can go replace for your clients. Our next update comes from communities. We now have custom navigation tab visibility. This is very cool as well. Opens up a lot as far as customizing your community.
Yeah, I think there's a number of different elements that you may or may not want to include in your community. It might not be relevant to you. So you can now kind of toggle those off, refresh the screen, and away they go.
Love it. Makes a ton of sense. Some people might be like, hey, I'm never going to be running events in this community here, so this events tab is killing me. Well, now you can just go turn it off. So yes, I think that's always helpful to have that kind of flexibility. And Community's got another update this week.
Well,
We now have
hang on a second.
another.
This would be my bad. I think this title got duplicated. This is outbound WhatsApp voice notes. Don't know what happened there.
Trip me up there, Ryan.
We will be sure to reprimand whoever made this mistake. Just kidding. Yeah. So now you can send outbound WhatsApp voice notes from the mobile app. So they're now delivered as native WhatsApp voice messages instead of the downloadable audio attachments. So that's kind of the big feature here. So it actually looks like WhatsApp.
The voice notes go out natively now. I think before they were like a file, you had to actually download it to hear it.
That's it.
Which is sweet.
That title right now, just for people that are looking at the presentation.
Love it. Yeah, that one's awesome. I think a lot of people would be pumped up on that one. And our next one here, Workflow's got an update. We now have enhanced AI actions. I think we're going to make these labels a little bit more intuitive as well. But talk about some powerful stuff here. Hopefully everybody knows that you can do this with AI and workflows. So we can translate, which is super handy for businesses that have customers and using different languages. Summarize, so many cool ideas that come to mind as far as summarizing and then sending a summary of something to perhaps the client. Intent detection, that's a classic one. And then the decision maker is really cool as well. Basically saying, hey, message is going to come in, AI, I need you to determine if it's A, B, C, or D, and then send it down that path for me, which, again, opens up all sorts of powerful things that you could do in workflows.
Yeah, and that one in particular, they made a lot of changes to help complex decisions. So if you're asking a simple question like, what's your favorite color, that would be easy, but maybe it's more of a nuanced question and it's got to infer some things. It's much, much better at that.
Love it. Prince Dubé, can anyone see my messages? First time join live on LinkedIn. We can. Thanks for joining.
Totally can. LinkedIn works. Amazing.
Love it. LinkedIn in the house. Next up, also talking workflows, default builder now on workflows. What is this, Ryan? I didn't see this one.
Right. So now within the global workflows setting, so when you go into workflows within a sub account, you can decide what the default builder should be. Do you want it to be advanced? Do you want it to be standard? And then also who can do what, or who can switch between the two. So maybe you want to keep everybody on the standard builder, but you allow some admins to switch between the two. Which would probably be recommended, but at any rate, this is now available for you to configure at that level.
That's awesome. Yeah, I could see a lot of people that are loving the advanced builder, like, why do I have to toggle into it every time? This is so annoying. Now you can just set it as your default. And I love that you have control over which type of users it applies to. That's very cool. Heidi, oh dang, so AI decision can get rid of spam messages. Yes, I have seen several tutorials from folks in the community doing very cool things like that, where basically, hey, I want to create this AI buffer to determine if something's spam or not. And if it's spam, don't even bring it to my attention. If it's not, then alert me. So yes, all sorts of really cool ideas there are opportunities, and probably products that you could build and then go sell to your customers as well. So definitely check it out. Next up, Conversations got an update. We now have email forwarding, which is very handy. I think there's
this should be a popular one. This has been brought up a lot.
Yeah.
So if you're waiting for forwarding, this is your week, and I could see where it could be super useful, and now it exists.
Yes, I'm sure there are a lot of folks that are going to rejoice at that one. That went live this week for sure. Another familiar face checking in. Hello, as always. And we got Dubai Property Insight saying hi to Chase and Ryan from Dubai. Back to back Dubai check-ins. Yeah, Dubai in the house. Is it public knowledge yet, Ryan? I was going to say something, but you should see HighLevel in Dubai very more frequently in the near future. Let's put it that way.
I'm going to set up a tent or something myself.
We had some other enhancements roll out this week. You want to run us through these, Ryan?
Yeah. So this is for the developers. We have a signed URL file upload API that's been pushed live. So that's great. We've increased the web crawler limit to 4,000 URLs. If that's not enough URLs, I don't know what to tell you, but I think it makes it a lot more comprehensive regardless. We've also got internationalization for static string upgrades, which I know Chase has been just clamoring for himself. And then prospecting also got some backend updates to use the correct internationalization keys. All of this means internationalization is getting better and better and better. We actually have an entire product area that's dedicated to this. This is not like an ad hoc effort. So just to give you confidence that we put a lot of effort into that.
I would also say there were tons of other backend updates I saw this week that, again, go right over my head, but it was pretty cool. I think it was yesterday I saw someone shout out in the Facebook group that, like, past couple of days, the app has felt so much more snappy and quick. So just a testament to all that hard work that the backend team is constantly doing to make the app faster and faster for us all. So shout out to them. And now it is that time of the week when we get to talk about long-awaited upcoming releases. What do we have? I don't even know what Ryan picked for us this week, so this is going to be a surprise for me as well.
It's been an hour.
What do we got? We've got a video.
Okay. Drag and drop actions for the standard workflow builder.
Oh,
which is kind of cool. I mean, you know,
that is cool.
So if you're looking for sort of that traditional experience that you're probably used to having in a lot of other apps, so you just click and drag it in and put it where you want, that is coming very soon. Just another kind of mark in the sand that we're not leaving the standard workflow builder behind.
That's
we will
cool, because that's kind of what I assumed, Ryan. When the advanced one came out, I was like, oh, well, I guess the standard will never get drag and drop.
No, it's definitely getting some other cool enhancements too. I haven't disclosed those yet, but I think some people have seen them. So yeah, standard is not going to go away. It's going to stay as it is, but get better rounded corners, we'll call it.
All right.
That's what's going on here.
I love it. That's exciting. Tanaya, hopefully I pronounced it one of those two. Hey, Chase and Ryan, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Let's check out what else is coming soon that Ryan has teed up for us. Follow-up email sequences. You know, this one, Ryan, to me is like a whamp because it's like, if you know how to build workflows, you're doing this already. But I get it. It's like the easy button. People miss the days when we had what do we call them?
Campaigns, and then we had triggers.
Triggers and campaigns. Right. So if you're like, hey, I just want to build a series of emails, I don't want to have to go into a workflow. It looks cool. I'll give it that. And I know a lot of people are going to be excited. So
I failed on this one. Chase is not excited, but if you're used to building the traditional campaign in any other number of email services, this is kind of what that is. So if that's the way you like to build it, then it's coming very soon. We've actually been kind of talking about this for a little while, but wanted to get a lot of the core email functionality built out a little bit more, and then we're kind of replicating all that in this.
And I will say it's nice to have, if you have clients coming from systems where this is kind of the way that you do it. So I get that. It's like, give them what they're used to. So totally get it. But, you know, for us power users, this is like, come on, what do we need this for, right? But again, it looks nice, right? So good work. That's it for the updates from this week. But as always, or at least for the time being, we're going to end on our plea to you to test out our new video testimonial feature by leaving a video testimonial for us over at gohighlevel.com/testimonial. If you haven't sent us one yet, we would love to hear from you as well. I think I missed one.
I took a peek at the stats there, and support is kind of crushing us right now. So,
Yeah.
you know,
And I
if you
don't
really want to
know.
help us out, this just tell the testimonial that we're awesome, and it counts for, points on the board.
I'm almost wondering if it's the way I have the buttons labeled and colored that people are just jumping to the middle one or something, because yeah, support is getting like tons of video reviews and generally we are not. So we are begging, we are pleading, please go to gohighlevel.com/testimonial and leave us a video review. We would love it. And before I forget, we had a check-in from Prince Jubei Wealth. It's great to be live from India AM. Fantastic. It's great to have you here with us live. And again, hopefully you saw that we are coming to India next month. Rewind back to the beginning and you can learn all about that. And we're going to have some other webinars roll out in the very near future with more details, including the speakers for that event. All right, Ryan, that is it for this week. Hope you all have a great weekend, an awesome week, and we will see you again next Friday.